There is Laurie. Laurie,
Yeah.
have you seen any of your old comrades? Since
I have seen most of my crew. 5 out of 7, yes.
Where did you fly?
Halifax Bombers.
Did you? Did you see that the guy with the Halifax tie on?
Yes, oh yeah.
And he said it was the only plane in the Air Force.
Oh, no, it
And
wasn't.
then other people punched him out, of course.
No, but they...
We got news for him, haven't we? Let's say the only plane in the Air Force to say...
Oh, yeah, it's always the one that you fly yourself is always the best, yes.
And you found your whole crew?
Yes.
Is that
No,
so?
5 out of 7. One of them died already.
Yeah.
Right here from Ottawa.
Is that so?
Yes, he died a few years. He was a bit older than we were. We were all 20, and he was 30.
Oh, my heavens.
See, we were a young crew, around 20, and he was the old man of the crew.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Red is going to recite High Flight at the service on Sunday. And
Very poignant words, eh?
Isn't it?
I can never get through it.
I'm telling you, I start reading it, and
every time.
and then
That would mean so much to these guys,
Yeah.
eh?
it does.
And it's exactly what I used to do all the time. You know, when you had a chance and you're by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'd want to have to do that. I'm not sure I could.
I was delighted he volunteered.
I want to do it, but I just hope I don't get too emotional over it. Yeah.
I think you're
I just arrived here a few minutes ago, but everything seems to be quite encouraging and everybody seems to be quite happy.
Yeah. Have you seen anybody that you know so far?
Yes, I've already met several of them that I've known. Hello, Jim. Yeah, this is... Yeah.
Missed this Jim it is, by the way. Yep.
Nice to see you.
Nice to be here, Jim.
Yeah.
Discussing.
We were just saying that there'll be a lot of people coming together, from all over the world, seeing each other for about 40 years.
Yes.
New butterflies going on.
Not really. No, it's just to see a fellow like this again, since we spent a little time in concentration camp in Buchenwald. There's a few of us left in Canada who got together way back in 1944. We formed a club then, and that's the... that badge was designed back in 1944. We held a meeting, and we read the minutes in the POW in Hamilton in 1982, I guess. And since then, that is says KLB, Konzentrationslager Buchenwald. There was 168 British, Canadian, Americans who for some reason finished up in concentration camp. Yeah, and for some reason we got out. David doesn't know why. I don't know why. We should never have...
We never know either, no.
What happened? They just turned you loose?
Oh, I think it happened that we were prisoners of the Gestapo. The camp was run by the Waffen-SS and the capos of the camp itself. We sort of acted as military personnel. We marched. They said, you're next soldat, you're civil, but we marched around, and eventually, I think because of the fact that they didn't know quite what to do with us, they took us out and sent us to Stalag Luft 3, and then we came back out from there.
I thought they could have done what they did to the boys.
Well, we were all taken in to be shot.
Yeah.
We were all... That's... There, in the first place, that's where we were destined for. Some of us were in the underground, and they knew it, and so they just took everybody.
That's why I'm back in the Presbyterian Church again.
I'm here as a guest of the association. I'm secretary of the Caterpillar Club, which is a lot of these people here today are members of. They've saved their lives out of a burning plane or shot down, whatever reason, in an emergency, using an Irving parachute.
Well, in fact, we hold them every 2 years. They alternate between Canada and the UK. Last time it was in Southampton 2 years ago. Before that, Calgary. Before that, Oxford. And before that, Toronto. And the next one will be at Cambridge.
But it was wonderful. It's the same camaraderie we've got now, where people come together, and they say, Your chest has slipped. What happened to your hair?
Exactly. But they all look the same, you know. Every time we come back, they all look so wonderful. It's marvellous.
We're working on 91, and yes, well, you've got to these days with the bookings that we require, 700, 600, 700 plus coming. We've got to make advanced bookings wherever we can. So with Cambridge, we have at the moment earmarked Churchill College for the main part of the reunion. We're also working on the church service and the main finale dinner, but we shall make it in time.
And the boys over here will come to you?
Oh yes.
In fact, they are the majority.
They are the majority. We're thinking probably in terms of, say, 600, of which good 350, 400 will be Canadians. But we do cast our net throughout the world. New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, they all try and make it. And we've had some very good reunions in the past, haven't we, Charles?
I think the great thing about the POW Association is if you prick everyone has a magnificent story to tell. And even after knowing them for many years, you find that, you're chatting, they produce yet another story that can the previous one. I mean, each one could write a book, without any bother at all. And I think it's fun to come here and see people like... you haven't seen for 30 years, 40 years. I mean, it is quite something. The thing about it, they're a very exclusive club, because when you think of it, to join the Air Force, they had to be of, at least count up to 10, of reasonable intelligence. They had to be reasonably fit. They then survived the training, survived the tour of operations, were shot down, had to be shot down, of course, to become a POW, survived came out by parachute, survived POW camp, survived life and still alive today, and can afford to come here. So it's really a very fine mesh to be here today.
Very close.